now we're going to talk about finishing. We're not necessarily going to talk about all the different ways you can finish. There's hundreds of ways you can finish around the basket, but we're going to go over the concepts and the reasons why you would finish. So the finish that we're going to talk about, or that we're just going to use for the sake of this drill, is what we call a shoulder finish. So a shoulder finish, simply your shoulders are pointed to the baseline completely. The defender is on your side, and you're going to shoot the ball outside of your body to keep the ball away from the defender. Now, in understanding why you use different finishes, players need to understand it and also need to drill it exactly as it would be in game situations. So first you have to have an awareness of where your defender is at. So if my defender is on my hip and on my side, I'm going to use a shoulder finish. If my defender is trailing me, I'm going to use what we call an extension finish. If there's help defenders and I need to shoot over a post and I got them in front of me, I'm going to float it. There's, again, just hundreds of different ways that you can finish. I recommend you pick 3 or 4 that you are really comfortable and good at, and I'm sure that those 4 could work in any kind of situation. So if we go through the progression, so the first thing that we would have our player do is simply stand here in the position that they're going to shoot the ball, and that they're just going to shoot the ball from that position. Again, we want her shoulders pointed to the baseline. We want her knees slightly bent just to make it a little more game-like. She's going to take that ball outside of her body and use her offhand to protect and go ahead and shoot it. Good. Just like that. So we'd have her do it stationary a couple times. Okay, so from there now we're going to add a jump. So again, we're going to have that offhand. We're going to have her jump and shoot it. Good. And one thing you'll really notice with her are eyes. And there's a term, or there's a saying that says, eyes make layups. You'll notice the whole time she has her eyes not on the rim, but on where the ball is going to hit. And right now that ball is going to hit that backboard. So from this point, we would have her take 1 step back. So now we're going to have her take 1 dribble, come to 2 feet, and then go ahead and finish just like she was doing before. Good? Good. Couple correction points so that you could also see it is that we want that arm a little more fully extended. Sometimes she comes up with it a little bent. So just keep it one time fully extended. Good. So from this point, we'd have her go to about free throw line extended, right around there. Right there's good. We want to have her now take 2 dribbles. So again, we're just progressing through this. Take 2 dribbles, come to 2 feet, shoulders to the baseline, and go ahead and finish. Exactly. Good. So that was exactly it. We'd have her go through it a few times. As she's getting more and more comfortable, even from this point, we want to have her kind of speed up. So from there, she seems like she can do it. We don't need to spend a ton of time as they progress. Now we move her all the way out. 2 or 3 dribbles, come to 2 feet, shoulder finish. Good. Keep that off. Get that offhand up. Good. And you'll notice too, she's doing a good job as she goes up, that offhand is staying with the ball. Again, that's a protection point. Make sure that that hand's there to protect. So she looks like she can do this pretty comfortably. We would then progress to now we're going to throw a non-weighted tennis ball up to her. She needs to catch it and go finish. Good. Good. So even if they're hitting it and they're not catching it, it's completely fine as long as they're getting used to something coming at them with an ability to finish, with an ability to keep their eyes on their target. From there, we would progress to a weighted ball. Again, just increasing the degree of difficulty so they have an ability to finish. So that would look like this. Good. So again, having to grab something that is weighted out of the air with one hand and have an ability to go ahead and finish with the other. It really gets them comfortable in game situations and really emphasizing and making sure that they can do it at the gradients before you move on to the next one. So she needs to be able to do it stationary, comfortably, off of one dribble, comfortably, off of two dribble, comfortably. At the same time, doesn't mean you need to spend a lot of time in those situations. And this is something we would progress through daily. So we're not just going to stay on one step for 45 minutes. We're going to get them to a point where they're comfortable and able, and then progress with different finishes. So again, that's finishing. It's understanding where defenders are. It's being able to obviously use both hands, being able to jump off of and finish with either foot, and having an ability to translate it to game situations. That's going to be the biggest part. Having someone just do 18 different finishes, never progressing to defenders, never giving them reasons why, is a little bit of a waste of time. You want to be an efficient trainer. You want to train efficiently if you're a player, and you just want to make sure that your players are getting better.